Welcome. We are back another day in the market. How did all the coins just miss the jar? What? That has not happened before. That's weird. Alright, let's see what's going on. I don't know why, but I think notifications went out. I saw it on my phone, but I don't know. Usually by now there's like 40 or 50 playbacks. It's only like 25 right now. I don't know if there's, because I changed my title, whatever, it's fine. We're gonna run through everything. We're gonna talk Bitcoin, then we're gonna talk the market, everything about the stock market, my thoughts on it. Then we'll talk Clover, Fisker, QS, Plug, Ford, probably do some ticker requests. We're in for a good stream. So yeah, what's up? Sith, JG, Big Nate, Neutron Flux Labs, Matt G, Some Kenny, TN Making I Train, Maxime, Sandman 3, Medi in the chat. Yeah, SoFi's doing pretty well. We're gonna talk about everything. What's up, Rithwick? Of course, Fisker. I think I might have skipped. Yeah, we're gonna be talking Fisker. I'm wearing the Fisker hat right now. Alright, so I guess we'll just get started with Bitcoin. See what's going on there. Hopefully everybody had a good day. The market had one of the best days in a while for the overall stock market. We'll talk about that next. What's up, trending stock news? Alright. Bitcoin, green day, up about 3%. I don't know. I'm trying to see if maybe there's a little bit of like a double bottom or something here. It's just this Gartley that I'm looking at is not really the strongest. Doesn't look like super filled out. I mean, this whole entire area like right here was kind of small. So I'm just waiting to see. I mean, it did have a 1618 retrace from B to D like perfectly. Not perfectly, at a 1.59. And then a little bit deep on the D point. It kind of had an impulse there. I'm just waiting to see. Maybe it could reject this 200-day moving average, which was support over here, then maybe double bottom. But I'm eyeing it, you know. No crypto alert on this just yet, but we'll see. And yeah, the RSI bounced off of this 34 level, and you can see it's charted with that yellow line. That was the same exact level it bounced off of at the bottom around 29K, and it bounced off that level again 2 days ago. So even got some hidden bullish divergence on the daily RSI, on the 4 hour. Getting a nice move after the MACD crossover. So yeah, good stuff, but I don't know. I'm not like skeptical. I just want to see how it'll continue to develop. I just want a little bit more data. But yeah, we'll probably spend some time talking about the market now. Very, very aggressive day for bulls today. Futures are slightly green. And I'm going to kind of break down a trade that I actually messed up on today with the SPY. We'll talk about that, and probably after we finish just like the regular technicals, we might talk about it. But let's see. Symbolic base Bass says, yo, champion vibe, you go. My Fisker calls are up 18% right now. Tell me they'll be worth 800%. I have no clue. But yeah, the Fisker trade is starting off very, very well. Hopefully it can continue to do well, and it closed right at an important level. We're going to talk about Fisker. We'll get to it. So yeah, let's talk about the overall market, see what's going on there. And yeah, I just don't know. I feel like there's something wrong with the YouTube algorithm today. It's just being weird. Like, these are just not the normal numbers I usually see. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a Thursday, whatever. All right, S&P 500 filled a gap today, and it closed above the 50-day moving average, which we were talking about last night. It closed above that. So good stuff there on the daily for the S&P 500. Not much divergence. If you go over to the 4 hour, not much divergence either. Kind of just a very, very aggressive rally since the bottom on Monday. From Monday's low to today's high, about a 4%, I mean 3.68% rally during the week. That's very, very, very strong. And if we go over to the 1 hour, there's a chance of getting 1 hour hidden bearish divergence in the coming days. The MACD crosses over to red before it goes higher. Or the S&P 500 on both the RSI and the MACD. Then if we go over to even lower time frames, anything else to really talk about? I'm not too sure, but good day for the S&P. I guess we'll just kind of cover right now. Today I messed up on a trade with the SPY. It kind of gapped up. Let's see how much the market gapped up. It gapped up about, is that it? So it only gapped about 0.3%. I think it just got aggressive like right off the rip, especially like the first like half an hour of the day. It was like huge. I mean, look at this first candle. In the first hour of the day alone, you had over a 1% move for the S&P, and then you kind of got a little bit higher, and then you kind of retraced a little bit, but the first hour of the day was just super aggressive buying. And I was thinking, you know, as this candle was growing and it got to this gap fill, we talked about this last night, I was looking for this to maybe be resistance, this gap fill for the S&P 500 right over here. And then because not only do you have that gap fill, but we talked about this again last night, you had that 50-day moving average, and I got some puts off of that, probably a little bit too early. I didn't wait for as much as confirmation as I usually do. I was just thinking, you know, at that point when I got the puts, it was already up about 3% since Monday's bottom. Like the low time frame RSI was overbought, and it was filling the gap. It was testing the 50-day moving average. So I had 3 or 4 variables that I was looking at, and it didn't work out. So yeah, I got some puts on the SPY this morning. That was a red trade for me today. It obviously went higher, then pulled back a little bit in the final hour of the day. So just kind of sharing how that went. Not too well today, for those puts. But, you know, in terms of the technicals, you're kind of back to around where you were last Friday. Surprisingly, I mean, the amount of FUD that was down over here, and it might not even be FUD. I mean, you had a lot of things that were concerning, but I think just investors and traders kind of digested everything very quickly. And then once we got yesterday, you know, the announcements that we're not, I mean, we might be closer to tapering, but we're not yet tapering. Maybe that also led to some momentum coming into today. But I mean, futures were up green in the morning, but it was just like that first hour of the day. There was just so much buying across the market. So that's the S&P 500. For the NASDAQ, pretty impressive. It actually is back above the demand line. So it had a break down on Monday when it gapped under this ascending broadening wedge, and it's just back above it now. So going into tomorrow, it'll be interesting to see if this demand line can hold for the NASDAQ. So we'll see. And then also on the NASDAQ, there's a potential for daily hidden bullish divergence, which is very impressive. But again, I don't know. You know, it's like we were in such a different area a few days ago compared to where we are right now, and it's been a pretty quick rally without much turbulence. So I'm not just like for Bitcoin, I'm not skeptical. I just want to see more data. So maybe I'm a little bit skeptical, but I'm open-minded. So it's weird. But yeah, filled the gap as well for the NASDAQ. If we go over to the Russell 2000, even potential hidden bullish divergence over here. So you're getting hidden bullish divergence on the daily potentially. Very strong. This is now about the 3rd time that the Russell 2000, for all you small cap traders, has bounced off of this demand line. And it's definitely making a move. So I mean, the next major resistance is like 233 for the IWM. But again, I don't know. It's just what's happened already this week has just been very quick. So typically when you go up 3-4% without any pullbacks, it's like maybe you go up 1%, 2% more, but there should be some sort of, you know, maybe 0.5%, 1% pullbacks. Like it's just been very aggressive really since like Tuesday, I think. Oh, well, Tuesday was kind of mixed, but yesterday and today really. So that's really it for the Russell. It's back above this upper demand line as well, so that's good. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily, no divergence on the 4-hour. If we go over to the 1-hour, this all kind of started at the PCZ of a close to a bullish cipher, but not a perfect bullish cipher. And then the same thing for the SPY. I kind of took it off my chart, but X-Ray Goggles was sharing it like literally right over here on Monday. X-Ray Goggles in the Discord share this with everybody, and that was actually the low of the week. Like right there, he was talking about 428, the PCZ of a bullish cipher, and since then the SPY has rallied about 4%, like we talked about earlier. So very good stuff there. Then for the ARK ETF, if you trade mid caps at another 1-hour harmonic, we were talking about this, I think on Monday night's stream. I was talking about how all the indices had low time frame harmonics and divergence. If you watched Monday night's stream, and obviously since then it's been very good. On Monday night, I thought we were going to bounce this week. you know, when there was a lot of people panicking on Monday after the very aggressive day, I did think that, you know, we were just too oversold too quickly. But now we're in an area where we're not necessarily overbought on RSIs, but we've had a very quick, extensive move. But we are kind of, which is the surprising part to me, this is the part that I actually didn't really anticipate on Monday, is we're breaking back over supply like it's not even there. We're breaking back above 50-day moving averages, previous supports, gap fills, like they weren't even there in the first place. So that's what's impressive to me, and that's actually what I did not expect coming into today. I thought, you know, maybe we'd test those gap fills, pull back a little bit, and just go sideways for today. But we really didn't do that. We just got really aggressive in the morning, and then the afternoon was kind of a little bit sideways, small pullback towards the end of the day. But yeah, traders, investors just being very, very aggressive. I'm really interested to see how tomorrow goes now that we actually have reclaimed some levels. So even if tomorrow goes red in the morning, you could have support on the indices like just below you because you broke back above those levels. So we'll see what tomorrow looks like. Apart from that, we can just look at some other random stuff really quickly. Gold has been selling off. US 10-year, whoa, this is a change. So 10% move. I did not notice this today. So we actually talked about this, I think, on Monday as well, where you had like a mini ascending triangle on the US 10-year yield. So that actually broke out today. I didn't even see this. That's interesting. So keep an eye on that as well. And back above the 200-day moving average, this little resistance, very, very interesting move right there. Dollar kind of really not doing much. Dow Jones retesting the previous demand line. We'll see if it rejects it or breaks above it tomorrow. It goes sideways, who knows. And I don't think China market is open just yet, so we'll look at that. I think in like 27 minutes it's when it opens, I think. So yeah, that's really it for the market today. Just a very aggressive day going into tomorrow. It's just a debate of whether, you know, we've gone too high too quickly, or if it's just a very aggressive, you know, push. So like I really am a little bit, I wouldn't say clueless going into tomorrow, but just open-minded. In general, I do think, you know, maybe, I don't know if we're gonna have the same type of thing next week that we had this week, but just since now we're maybe approaching the 1 hour RSIs being overbought for the indices, there might be a little bit of turbulence, maybe not even tomorrow, but towards the beginning of next week. So we'll see what that looks like for the overall market. And yeah, let me see what's up in the chat. And then I think we have housing numbers tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mehdi shared some Fisker Leap ideas that are up 30%. Good stuff there. Symbolic says, I'm also holding SPY puts expiring on Monday. We'll be safe tomorrow. SPY equals 439 tomorrow. Trust. You know, that's not really how I look at things. I'm very open-minded, but yeah, we'll see what happens. What's up, Chatter Freeze? Hope you're doing well. Chatter Freeze says you had job numbers this morning, came in at 351K versus a forecast of 320K, so 31,000 higher. Yeah, we're not doing tick requests just yet. Why? Cause, but we will probably in like 25-30 minutes. So yeah. All right, let's talk about Clover. I don't know why the song's not even over. All right, there we go. Just being weird. Is my audio good? I think it is. All right, let's talk about Clover. See if there's anything different. It was flat today, so you don't have much of a difference, but you do have some more data on lower time frames. On the daily, really nothing changed compared to yesterday. You can't get much of a change when it was up 0.25%. So it did underperform most other stocks today, or at least the market in general. So yeah, had a nice little move up to like $8, but that was kind of it. Just pulled back. It really just didn't do much today. I think another very low volume day, 16 million on the daily according to TradingView. A little bit of a doji candle, not too much to really update. on the daily. Nice that it's still closing above 777, which is what we were talking about last night. What's up, Scotty? Hope you're doing well. Sound is good, William. Good to hear that. Scotty says, drop the knowledge kit, let her rip. Appreciate that. Blaze says, is there a fat cup and handle on the daily? Just started raining. No, so you're probably looking at it something like this. You know, this is your cup, but this is not a handle at this point. This is way too deep to be a handle. So typically the way I look at it is I don't want to see, whenever you have a handle, I just look from the bottom of the cup to the top of the cup. I use my Fibonacci, and I don't like it to break under the 50% retrace. When it does that, I kind of don't look at it as a cup and handle anymore. And then maybe just a falling wedge or down sloping channel. There is a falling wedge that already broke out of, which we'll get to when we go over to the 1 hour chart, I think. Actually, no, it's on the 4 hours. So yeah, this is the 4 hour chart. So yeah, you kind of had a cup and then a falling wedge. But 4 hours, pretty nice right now. You have nearly confirmed hidden bullish. This is probably that's probably the best your 4 hour oscillators can look. Hidden bullish divergence on both oscillators, nearly confirmed on the MACD. So oscillators look pretty, this is the best signal on CLOV in terms of the chart right now, the 4 hour oscillators. Close to green, hopefully you can get to green, we'll see. You know, MACD's lagging indicator, so if it drops 10%, you know, one day, then the MACD is gonna stop confirming that divergence. But we'll see. In terms of candles on the 4 hour, we talked about that bearish engulfing candle last night on stream on the 4 hour. And then today, the first candle was kind of like a bullish pin bar. However, it's not really the best context. And maybe you'd want the body to be a little bit higher than the last candle was. I mean, if you really zoom in, the last candle was again a bearish engulfing candle, but it's just low volume, very little price action. I wouldn't really, you know, look into those candles too much for right now. In general, just obviously want to see it get back above 8 and start holding above 8. And we go over to the 1 hour chart. This is probably another hopeful thing. You are potentially double bottoming or high or low double bottom at the PCZ of a textbook bullish bat. So, I mean, that's pretty interesting. We'll see how it goes. That's probably the best way to put it. You bottomed once at the PCZ, which we talked about, I think at the end of last week is when I started talking about it. Like right around, yeah, at the end of last week, I think I put it out on Twitter. And then, yeah, you put in one low, you made a high, I think yesterday morning when there was some news. And then today, or between yesterday and then today as well, you put in a slightly higher low on low time frames and with low volume. So keep all of that in mind. But yeah, I mean, Scott Carney and Mitch Ray talk about this all the time. A lot of the times when you hit the PCZ of a harmonic, especially a larger one, it's nice to see not just an immediate rip up, but sometimes a double bottom at the PCZ. So you can just get a little bit more confirmation. So that's really it for the 1 hour chart. If we go over to lower time frames, I mean, not too much else. Don't want to kind of just, you know, talk about random stuff. There's just not too much else to talk about. It didn't really move today. So if there was more, I would be able to say more. We can take a look at trading ticks, see if anything changed there. But yeah, I think, you know, it's just very low volatility right now, very low volume, which is not necessarily a bad thing. You had low volume at this bottom, you had low volume at this bottom, so we'll see. And then even the historical IV is still low, and we talked about that. The historical IV, we're gonna go look at it on trading ticks, but we can just do it right now, I guess. So if we just go over here, and then we go down to the historical IV. You can't see it because like the chat is kind of blocking it, but if you have trading ticks, you can check it out. The historical IV is like at these levels right now. It's like literally on the right side of the screen. And the last like 3 or 4 times the historical IV was that low, it was at local bottom. So for example, on the last time it was kind of this low was around, actually you can't see that. Oh, you can see it. Was around August 19th, and then 2 weeks later it went up to $11. And then before that, you had the end of May, and then 2 weeks later, it went to all-time highs at 28. And then over here towards the end of March, I think it ran up to like $12. So the historical IV rank is towards the bottom. That's pretty much worked out every single time. It's kind of showed that on trading ticks. In terms of options, really not much of a change either. Actually a little bit of a change. The $15 strikes were actually at 60,000 on open interest a couple weeks ago. Now they're around 70,000, so you did get an increase there. I can't remember what the 20 was at. I think the 30 might have gone up a little bit, which is really interesting. I don't know. I really can't remember it too well. And I don't really think that there was that much options flow today on CLOV either. So it's just very quiet. There's just not a lot of people trading CLOV right now. It's just the easiest way to put it. So this was pretty similar yesterday. You know, there's not a lot of size on these calls at all. None of them are really over 100K in premium. So I really don't know how much it matters. But from what this did pick up today, you got just pretty much calls except for this put, which is all the way for next February. And that's only a $35,000 trade. So yeah, I don't know. Not too much of a difference. Flat day, not much volume, not much options data. Don't want to kind of make up things. That's really it. So just gotta wait until there's more to update on. The 4-hour chart looks bullish to me right now. The 1-hour chart looks bullish to me right now. The daily chart's a bit neutral. And yeah. Let's talk about Fisker. All right, Fisker, we got some stuff to talk about. I think there was a price upgrade to $19 this morning. And wow. So I shared a Fisker swing idea. Maybe it might have been on Monday. I think I shared it on Monday. That's currently up about 12% or 11%. Since the entry on Monday, you gapped up today on that news. Yet again, you have bullish technicals, right? Gartley PCZ, triple classic bullish divergence on the daily at a historical support. Days later, news comes out. It's just the craziest coincidence. I don't know. Maybe analysts are looking at these types of technicals. I don't know many that do. I really don't know any analysts, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, just it happened over here when we were looking at the Wyckoff range. There was a price upgrade. I don't think there was any price upgrades down over here when we traded then. And then over here is kind of when it had the merger. So good stuff for Fisker. On top of all that, it did kind of close right around. I wouldn't call it a breakout just yet. It kind of broke out on the 4-hour, but then maybe it broke out and it's trying to back test it. But this 1450 level, you were here in January. I talked about this for a whole entire month in a row, or a month straight. And that was kind of where it based off of in January before we had like a nice 30-40% profit trade. You know, on this move up here. And now it's trying to reclaim that level. It closed above it for both 4-hour candles. And maybe it's a potential breakout and out of the back test. So I think tomorrow will be very important. I'd love to see Fisker close above 1455 tomorrow. You're not overbought on the 4-hour. We're even talking about this descending broadening wedge earlier in the week. That's played out very, very well. It's actually already hit the textbook target that Bulkowski would have, which is just the top of the wedge. So really good stuff for Fisker right now. Hopefully it can keep going. And yeah, it's just all about that 1455 level. It's not the end of the world if you break. You could still break over it, you know, a couple weeks later. But you'll see. And another interesting one, we talked about this last night on stream, is QS. And what did I talk about with QS last night on stream? This level right here. It was your low, and then it was your triple top around 2450-ish. We talked about this last night. Today it broke it in the morning, and it was up 15% on the day. So very good move for QS, all after breaking out of a falling wedge and even hitting the PCZ of a butterfly on lower time frames. We tried to trade it, I think, like a month ago, but it just got stop hunted, which sucks. But yeah, QS doing pretty well. I would just like to see it hold above 2451. Obviously, there were better times to enter in the past few weeks in terms of risk to reward. And it's approaching overbought on, actually, just if you really zoom in, it's slightly overbought on the daily RSI, but it's been much higher before, so you never know. Just giving an update on that. You know, we talked about this last night. Very good day today. If this thing does go crazy, I mean, 32 is the next resistance on the daily. I don't know. Maybe it just depends on how the volume holds up. But those are the levels I have on my chart right now for QS. There still is that gap fill down over here. It's not really a breakaway gap, but you are quite above that for now. So maybe it fills much, much later. Who knows, right? So really good move for QS. And a lot of people might have been day trading that today. Volume's good. Just we'll see what happens. And then to update the ongoing trades, we got Plug, which is currently up 8% since the entry, broke out, confirmed the triple classic bullish divergence on the MACD and RSI. All that happened after hitting the PCZ of a Gartley back around May. Then it's potentially like your reversal low and then potentially confirmation low here. There's really not, you have a little bit of resistance around $30. If you break that, there's not much resistance until the first target. And again, we talked about this last night on the weekly. You have beautiful looking hidden bullish divergence on the oscillators, and you're actually using the same support that you had back in 2007 on Plug. So yeah, Very nice move. It was up 3% today. Another stock or another trade, swing trade that was up 3% today. Now is up 4% since the entry is Ford. I think I alerted this yesterday. Yeah, I think I alerted it yesterday. It's already up 4%. And it broke back above this 1350 level. So that was a gap fill, and it was a support from like July, and it's broken back above it after confirming hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, double bottoming in a previous supply zone, flipped into a demand zone, and breaking a supply line. So really good stuff for Ford today. Hopefully it can keep going. And that's really it for the market coverage. So yeah, kind of got through all that. That's probably the quickest I've started the intro to the stream in a long time. It usually takes me like 45 minutes. It only took me like 20 minutes today. So good stuff there. Hopefully that was educational. Let's see what's up in the chat. I really don't know what. I mean, maybe I'm just falling off, but just my the numbers I'm seeing for like the amount of impressions the stream has gotten is just way lower than usual, which sucks, but is what it is. Thank you for everybody who was watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you didn't already. Join the Discord, the links in the description. A lot of cool stuff in the Discord. It's free. Let's see what's up in the chat. Yeah, and if you're not subscribed, see how many subs we're at. We are at about 3450, so we need 50 more to hit 3500 if you're not subscribed. And if you're enjoying the stream, maybe try out the subscribe button, see how you feel after you hit that button. Scotty says he might be thinking about my cup and handle of Tito's that I'm ripping tomorrow. What else is in the chat? Maxime says some CLOV Lottos tomorrow, perhaps. I gotta see how it looks like intraday. I think we traded CLOV Lottos in premium last Friday. Did we? Let's see. I can't remember, honestly. I don't remember it. It doesn't say Lottos. I know we traded SDC last Friday, but I don't know. I gotta see what it looks like intraday. There we go. So Harsha is enjoying the stream. Thank you for the subscription. Let's see what's up in the chat. Sam Ann says, just need CLOV to sit pretty until I print on my October 1st Fisker calls. Scotty says, buddy of mine is on Fisker or FSK. I think you mean Fisker. So weird that I was rapping with him about it like 2 weeks ago, and I seen you recently on it. No idea how long you've been about it, but he maybe put me on 2 weeks ago. I've been about Fisker for a while. Let's just put it like that. Let's see. But yeah, Scotty. I mean, I think you just started watching the stream like a month ago or something, but the stream literally started with Fisker like last October. So yeah, Fisker, we've traded the whole entire year. Even last fall we were trading it, and it's my favorite company fundamentally. Where is it? All right, there we go. But yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of Fisker. Sorry, I just hit the mic. And there's me with my Fisker merch. I think this was from Sunday night stream, Monday, I can't remember. I think it was Sunday. But yeah, big fan of Fisker. And there we go. The Hang Seng Index just opened. Pretty flat. And I don't know if Evergrande is open yet. It's not really moving, is it? Let me see. Today's the 23rd. I can't tell, honestly. I don't think it's open yet. I don't know. What else is in the chat? Florida Nick says, hope everyone is having a good evening. We got Florida Nick in here. Oh, there's a lot of chats I gotta read. I was kind of going slow, but I guess I could kind of speed up a little bit. Plug also got a 33 price target upgrade. I didn't even see that, so thank you. Medi says, but the analyst isn't that popular, so price didn't really go crazy like the other upgrades. Florida Nick says Champions got that Russian mob tracksuit. Now it's like a jersey. I guess it looks like it when my arms are like down. Medi Syrup A says, will I ever make a guest appearance? Sure, I mean, probably next Tuesday you will again. Sandman says SDC lottos last week were awesome. Yeah, I think those doubled. But yeah, those were fun. Maxime says, did you fix your MacBook charging problems? I didn't really do anything. It's actually been a lot better. I don't know why, but it was like for 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, I'm sure you all remember. It was just, the battery was just dying, and it just never does that. And now it's kind of back to normal, which is pretty much I could just stream for however long I want, or at least like an hour and a half. But I actually did, there's a way I can actually just, if I ever want to do like a marathon stream, I could. Basically, I would just get my Apple TV and I'd connect it to this monitor that I'm looking at right now, instead of using a cable to connect my laptop to the monitor, and I just stream to my Apple TV, and then I'd be able to use that extra port that's for my monitor for the charger, if that makes sense. So there actually is a way. I don't really want to do it right now, but if for whatever reason I decide to do like a super long stream, I did figure out a way that I can do that. Because that's when I was in Miami in December, if anybody remembers, that's what I was doing. Not in the summer, like all the way back, dude. So anybody remember when I was like sitting on a couch for like a week of streams? It was like I think it was right after the New Year. Maddie says, can we ban the guy from streams and Discord? I don't know what's up there. Yeah, we could look at some pot stocks. I haven't looked at them in a while. I actually kind of want to. So I guess maybe we'll just do take requests for the rest of the stream. I'll probably take my time though. And yeah, keeping that like button to get to 50 likes right now. So don't request anything that was up over 30% today. Don't request anything that IPO'd within the last month. And nothing I say is financial advice. I'm just going to put in TLRY and CGC. I'm going to try and keep it to 1 taker per person. Scotty, have a good one. Thank you for showing up to the stream. I wish you luck tomorrow in the market. All right, we'll get started with these. I'm going to start off with a few pot stocks, TLRY, CGC, and then Grow Generation. Starting off with TLRY, it kind of broke under this $12 historical area, but it's trying to get back above it. Kind of just following the market in the short term. I don't see divergence on the daily. And I don't see it on the 4-hour either. Actually, somewhat you actually do have classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour. I just want to see TLRY get back above 12.14. If it can do that, there's not much resistance between 12 and 15, but it has to start getting back above and holding 12. So we'll see if it can do that. And then CGC, it's just kind of in this really long downsloping channel. It is near a support though. 14 bucks is a low from October of last year and November of 2019 and somewhat December of 2017, and it was a high from 2016. So 14 is the big level here for CGC. Kind of looks just like TLRY when I look at the oscillators. I don't really see much divergence there though. And let's zoom out. I don't know if you could really get a harmonic, maybe like a deep crab. Stephen M with the $10 tip says, can't watch tonight but wanted to hop on a tip because I got 9 out of 9 trades in the green. Whoa, Steven. Congrats on that. Thank you very much for the first tip of the night and for the 10 and for all the tips you've sent, you know, the whole entire year. let's get some vibes in the chat for Steven. Steven's been working super hard the whole entire year. We've done one-on-one classes, and he's just always learning. It's like really cool to see how much he's improved with trading and just his knowledge on technicals and everything. So like for real, Steven is one person that I know like has spent months and months and months putting in work and just really learning the craft, you know, that Mitch Ray teaches, that a lot of legends teach, like Bulkowski and Mark Douglas, and just all those things and combining them is just, that's what I love to see when people in the Discord or just watching the streams just start learning and learning and learning, and I get to kind of see that, like, you know, from my perspective. It's just super cool to see. So vibes in the chat for Steven. Thank you very much for the $10 tip, and I appreciate that. And also, good job with the trades. Champion Vibes T says, get better tea next stream. I like this tea. I don't know. It's the Earl Grey tea from Starbucks. Sometimes I have green tea. I switch it up between this and green tea, but I've just been having this recently. So yeah. Steven, not Steven, CGC. I think I was talking about like a deep crab maybe. I don't even know. Let's see. I think you need a 1618 on a deep crab. Not a 127. Yeah, I think you need a 1618, so it's not really deep enough from X to D. So I don't know. I just want to see it hold 14. Then we got GRWG up next, or Grow Generation. Medi Syrup A says, Champion Vibes T, don't copy my swag. Back off. Only room for one of us here. All right, so Grow Generation. This one actually does have clear classic bullish divergence on the daily compared to the other two pot stocks. So very clear classic bullish divergence on the daily. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe a Gartley. Kind of. This B point's a bit deep, but pretty close to a bullish Gartley. On the daily with classic bullish divergence on Grow Generation. Even have 4-hour classic bullish divergence. So just from a purely technical standpoint, I think this one has a harmonic, which CGC and TLRY did not, and then it has bullish divergence on both the 4-hour and the daily. So interesting. What is this song? All right, let's just skip that. And then MJ Alternative Harvest. I think so. Maybe we're just looking at pot stocks tonight, but how do I just? All right, let's just do this. All right. This has, let's see, it says triple classic bullish divergence on the daily. This is the ETF. Also on the RSI. So another one with an edge on the daily. Not really at a historical level. Actually, it already did bounce off of 1429, which was a low from 2020. Bounced off of that just recently. And then maybe just in like this wedge. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best way to look at it, but so yeah, maybe just a channel is a better way. You could probably argue that demand line a little bit differently, but this is definitely the supply line. And then FTK. If you use this low instead, and this is pretty interesting. Then you have like again, not super textbook, but close to a Gartley. I don't know if I'd call this a double bottom at the PCZ, because like it literally made a 70-80% move off of the first one. So it could be argued that the harmonic already played out and it's just like a new start. And then even if we look at that, I mean, maybe you could look at like an alternate bat harmonic like this. So a lot of M-shaped formations, and then pattern, just another kind of down sloping channel. And then triple classic bullish divergence on the daily is currently playing out. We go over to the 4 hour, a little bit gappy, but you do have some classic bullish divergence there as well. Keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 50 likes right now. KOS is breaking out of an inverse head and shoulders. 277 is your 200-day moving average. Supports 251, that previous resistance. And yeah, that's pretty simple. KOS. Peloton is, there's potential classic, triple classic bullish divergence on the daily for Peloton. But the MACD has to start waning first for it to be developing. You're at a historical area. This 93 level was your low from November of last year, March from this year, and you're trying to hold it right now. And you're in the kind of like a descending broadening wedge. So that's Peloton. I think it's all about that 93 level. If it breaks that, there could be room back down to 80, just historically. Yeah, it's really it for Peloton. RDN, I've been watching this one. You see my alert set up. Yeah, it's a bullish bat, broke out of a channel, hidden bullish divergence on the daily MACD and RSI. So this one's having a nice move this week. Next resistance is really $24. So, and you just broke above the 200-day moving average around like 22.26. So you probably want to hold that short term, even though that's like right below you. Historical support here is like 21.20. That's RDN. Then MMAT. We talked about this, I think, on Monday night stream. This little triangle pattern, it might have broken out of it today with 4 hour hidden bullish diversion. So as long as you just stay above like this 480 level, I think that's a bullish breakout. Next resistance is around like 571. And then above that, like probably around the mid $6 area. See what else is in the chat. VCAN, I don't know anything about that. POS stocks made 88% retraces. They definitely could have. I don't know the exact numbers right now, but Esteban says his friend or my boy sold CLOV. All right, so we got a few more taker requests. I think you're talking about your friend. I don't know if you're talking about me. I did not sell CLOV though. RDFN. Where was I just typing that? MJ. SPPI. Did I miss anything else? Oh yeah, I did. So there's blue and then SUNW. TMC. I'm gonna look at TMC first because JG is like always showing up to the streams recently and chatting a bunch. So JG, I'll look at yours first. CACA, it's not there on TradingView. All right, so skills. All right, so let's see. Wait, which one did I say I was gonna look at first? Which one did JG? All right, TMC I said. All right. There's not much I can do here though. Oh, ATNM. All right, TMC. I don't really know what I can do here from a technical standpoint. I don't know anything about the company, so I'm just gonna be honest. There's really not even a MACD on the 4 hour. I don't see any patterns or divergence or all that other stuff, so I have no clue there. Blue, this one's been going crazy. All I can really do is give you the levels. They're already charted if you want to take a screenshot. That's really it, again. You are overbought on the daily, but obviously it's been going crazy. SUNW. This one, I don't know. This one's had a lot of bullish technicals this year. We tried to trade it once, did not work out. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a fundamental thing or if there's been bad news, but it's just not been performing. I don't like how it's back under that $8 level. So I would like to see it get back above that. That was a support for a while. Potentially, I mean, classic bullish divergence on the daily, and not really on the 4 hour, and then maybe just like a little bit of a, let me delete this, maybe a falling wedge as well. Actually, that falling wedge is pretty nice, I will say. And you did have a bullish hammer candle today. You zoom in, hammer or pin bar, whatever you want to call it. You did have a small wick at the top. So yeah, I mean, you have a little bit of a wedge, but I don't really see much of like a historical level here. Maybe like this 630 area, but it is a little bit under that. Skills. I think this was a premium trade. It hit the first 2 targets for a 28% gain, broke out of a falling wedge, and then it came back down to this 1034 support. Maybe it tries to double bottom here. You already did have somewhat divergence on the daily. On the 4 hour, this could be a bat, or close to, maybe like an alternate bat. A little bit deep on the beat point, so it's not textbook. But maybe just kind of broke out like a little wedge here, and now it's kind of ripping up again. I would just like to see skills hold 1034, or really just the 1030-ish area on the daily. RDFN. Let me see if there's a better way to look for a harmonic here. It's too deep for a Gartley. Maybe a shark though. Yeah, pretty much a bullish shark. It hit the 1618 from B to D and the 886 from X to D. And it put in a reversal low. And then a potential right now confirmation low. We'll see if it holds or not. And next major resistance is like $60.45. Also got a little bit of like a supply line like that. Made like a descending broadening wedge. Depends on how you want to chart it. But that is RDFN. MJ is, I already charted this recently, it looks like. Oh, we already looked at this one earlier, yeah. Supply line, triple classic bullish divergence. I want to see it hold 1429. Spectrum, pharmaceuticals. Those are pretty much your levels. Kind of a little bit of resistance here at 402. Also support at 215. So those are all your levels. Potential double bottom off of 215. That's really all I got here. Yeah. ATNM, it broke out of a falling wedge and it's just been going up nonstop since. It is overbought on the daily now. It's trying to get above this 880 resistance. If it can truly break it and maybe like cool off on the RSI, next major resistance and a gap fill is at 1065. But it just went up 50+% in 10 days. So I don't like chasing things personally, but I'm not telling you what to do and what not to do. What else we got in the chat? Hey bro. Snap. TMC. I think I put in TMC, right? Isn't that the one we looked at? Yeah. CFMS. HEXO. DEF. Alright, let's see what that is. This is like a crypto. When can we have Medi bring maple syrup live on stream? I think he's going to be live again next Tuesday, so we'll see. Snapchat. Let me delete this level. So kind of like $70 is your support. It already kind of broke out of this supply line. So 70 was your high from like the beginning of July, and it was your low in August and this month. And now it's kind of moving back up, kind of following the market. Obviously resistance is previous all-time high around 81. That's pretty much it for Snapchat right now. You could use, if it breaks to a new all-time high, you could just use Fibonacci extensions. 84 and almost 88 are kind of your fib extensions for the short term if it does keep going. Sandman says, my phone's about to die, so I'm going to head out. I'll be watching the stream in the morning. Like always, thanks a million, champ. You got it. Maddie says, you guys want me to bring maple syrup every stream. Yeah, I'll vote yes for that. CFMS, I don't know if there's much I could do here. Kind of have classic bearish divergence playing out on the daily. Might be just back testing these two highs from like January and February. But yeah, I can see that going either way. HEXO, I would like to see this get back above 235. 183 is kind of the next kind of support from April. Didn't really get all the way down there before reversing this week. And then short term, maybe a little bit of like a channel right here. I really can't chart this. All right, so I don't know. Is there more takers for me to look at? Still got like 45 people in here. Thank you for the 50 likes. Keep hitting that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you didn't already. I'm out of tea. And join the Discord, links in the description. A bunch of stuff you can get in there for free. You like my hat? It's the Fisker hat. I don't know what that is, Papa. CTRM, you sound the 4 hour? I kind of look at it as like an ascending broadening wedge. Don't have any divergence. I don't know. I could see it going either way. I mean, if you really zoom out though, it's like kind of like a larger potential like double bottom, and then your neckline would probably be around just this zone right over here, the upper $2 area. Alien, we already looked at the S&P. We did a full breakdown on the market. That's towards the end of the stream. You can just use your scroll bar and just right now go back towards the beginning, or it'll be in the timestamps that Mehdi does after the stream that I tweet out and share in the Discord. Maybe just like a super large, I don't even know if I call this a wedge, but that's your supply line and demand line. And if you zoom in a little bit more, this might not be the best way to chart it, but maybe another falling wedge like that I might be trying to break out of. And then some 4 hour hidden bullish divergence is developing. So yeah, I mean, I'm still good to keep streaming. I don't know, maybe it's just a boring night or whatever. So I don't know, maybe we'll just call it here. I just don't think I really don't have anything to talk about, so I don't want to just stream just to stream and just be boring. So JMIA kind of hit the ECC of around an alternate bat or in the zone. I have a lot of different levels charted on JMIA. I don't know, this is not, I think this might have been a trade that hit targets already, if I'm not mistaken. And now, I mean, those are your levels. You hit the PCZ, you know, maybe you could look at it like a potential reversal, and then over here, I mean, it depends on where it actually bottoms, but potential confirmation, then, you know, move higher. But yeah, that's really it for JMIA. Maxime says, champ, what do you think about creating a long-term investment portfolio channel where people can post due diligence? That's mainly what we have the fundamental trades channel for in the Discord. All right, so probably gonna call it here. Golden Dream, we went over Bitcoin. That was the first thing we went over on the stream. So just scroll all the way to the beginning or wait for the timestamps, but literally it's just at the start. And yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. Sorry for tonight's stream just being kind of dry. Last night's stream was pretty fun, but just how it is sometimes. I don't know. I honestly think YouTube just, the algorithm did not work for me today for whatever reason. Just the playbacks are way lower than normal. Impressions are lower. I don't know. Whatever. We'll be back on Sunday night for the next stream. And yeah. So have a great night. Good luck trading tomorrow. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Check out the links in the description. If you want to join Premium, that's the first link in the description. And the Discord is also there in the description. The free course is in the description. Check out all that stuff. You got it, YOLO, man. And yeah, have a great night. Peace out.